Hi friends, my name is Bhavya Mangla. I'm IATF qualified auditor doing audit for the automotive sector for the last 18 years. I'm again back with a very interesting topic. What is the key difference between FMEA 4th edition, which came in year 2008, and FMEA VDA 1st edition, which came in year 2019 June? So, first of all, it's very important to understand that what is the relation between the previous version and the new version, and considering the linkage between AIG and VDA. So, if you remember the older version, you must remember that it was a blue color cover. And if you see any VDA FME manual, it used to be the red color. Now, in this new version, what they have done is they have amalgamated both these versions of AIG and VDA. That's why this new FMEA AIG VDA handbook has got two colors, blue and red. So that signifies that it's a combination of AIG and VDA. To talk about some of the key changes that has happened, the first change is they are talking about 7-step process. So it's not that it was not there earlier, but now they are talking in a much structured way in which we must understand that. Then there is a change in the severity, occurrence and detection table. Now instead of RPN, now they are talking about action priority. Then earlier there used to be a word called item or function or process. Now instead of that, now they are using 3 different words to signify and to make the things more clear about it. And there is a clear linkage between structure analysis, function analysis and the failure analysis. Then there are totally new formats with respect to design FMEA and process FMEA. And lastly, there is a new FMEA that they call it supplemental FMEA, MSR, which is a link with design FMEA. Then another important thing what this particular standard, this particular handbook has done is that they are talking about that how do we know that whether FMEA is effective or not. So to know whether FMEA is effective or not, they are linking it with cost of quality and cost of poor quality. So organization need to have some data with respect to cost of quality and poor quality before and after implementing FMEA. They need to see that whether it is helping in reducing the cost of quality or not. If it is, then yes, we can say that FMEA is effective. If not, then there is no purpose that is being served. As I said that one of the key changes talking about the 7-step process. Now these 7 steps are planning and preparation, structure analysis, function analysis, failure analysis, then risk analysis, optimization, and the last is result documentation. So the main objective is to see this new FMEA in a very structured approach, and once we see the linkage between step 1 to step 6, then it becomes very easy to understand everything. Then they have coined a new word, failure chain. Now if you look the content, failure mode, failure effect and failure cause, it is still the same, but then they want to make it more clear that how failure mode is linking with failure cause and failure effect. So if you see the picture, you realize that failure mode is in the center and both failure cause and effect are affected by the failure mode. If you see the next slide, herein you will find that how clearly this new version has specified the linkage between structure analysis, function analysis and failure analysis. And in that also, as I told you earlier, that there are 3 parts for structure analysis. And if you see, there are 3 different colors which are being specified: gray, blue and purple. So in case we are clearly specifying the gray color and the content with respect to the structure analysis, it should link with the function analysis gray color, and then it should finally link with the failure analysis gray color. Something similar is with the blue color, which is the main thing, the focus element. So the linkage of focus element in structure analysis should be with the focus element in the function analysis, and that should have a linkage in the failure mode in the failure analysis. And something similar is with respect to the purple also. Then if we talk specifically in detail in comparison to the previous version and this version, when we talk about design FMEA with respect to structure analysis, there was only one particular word, that was item. But here they are talking about focus element, next higher level and the next lower level element. Something similar is in PFMEA with respect to structure analysis. The only word that was used was process steps. Now to things make more clear, they are talking about process steps, process item and process work element. Something similar is in function analysis also. The only word was item, but now they are talking about focus element, next high level function and next low level function. Something similar is in PFMEA also, wherein earlier the word was function, now they are talking about function or outcome of the process step and the characteristic. Then they're talking about product or process function that the process item creates. Now they're talking about inside the plant when it is shipped to the customer or maybe to the end user. And lastly, they are talking about function task of the work element or the characteristic. Now to talk about failure analysis, even though the content remains same, failure mode, failure effect and failure causes, but the sequence has changed. As I told earlier in failure chain, the failure mode is impacting failure cause and failure effect. So that's why they have made it more clear in this new version by specifying it in that way. And something similar is happening in PFMEA also, just like in DFMEA. Now coming next with respect to the risk analysis. As I told you earlier they were using a word RPN, risk priority number, which was a combination of severity, occurrence and detection. So still there is a linkage between severity, occurrence and detection, but rather than giving a number, now they are talking about action priority. And action priority also has got some more significance that I'm going to tell very soon. And then in DFMEA, earlier there used to be a column with respect to classification, which now they made it optional in the name of filter code. With respect to process FMEA, the classification is there and still it is there, and RPN has changed to action priority number. And last, the step number 6, which is optimization. So earlier they used to a word recommended action. Now they are bifurcated into two parts, that is preventive action and the detection action, that whatever we are proposing. And they have added one more column that is talking about the status of the actions that have been proposed, whether they are open, whether they are closed, what is the present status. We need to specify more about that. To talk more clearly with respect to the action priority, even though things were still there in the previous version, but in this new version they have made the definition of severity, occurrence and detection more clear. Now the definition of severity, now it has a linkage with failure effect. If we talk about occurrence, it is related with failure cause, and when we talk about detection, it has a linkage with failure cause or the failure mode. Now to talk little bit detail with respect to the table which have changed. So one key change that has happened in the severity table is that earlier in step number 9 and step number 10, they were talking both with respect to the risk with respect to the human as well as the regulatory requirement. But now with respect to serial number 10 or maybe the severity ranking 10, they are talking only with respect to the safety, and the severity number 9 they are talking with respect to non-compliance to the regulations. If I talk about occurrence table, some minor changes are there and something similar is with the detection table. But if I talk with respect to the FMEA table with respect to severity, now specifically they are talking about 3 separate parts: impact to your plant, impact to the plant where we have shifted or you have transported that material maybe to the customer, and impact to the end user. So that is one key change which has come there. As I was talking earlier about the change from RPN to action priority, so although the severity and occurrence detection remains same, but now they are talking about a new terminology, action priority, and they have given 3 different levels, rating high, medium and low. So if you see the action priority table, now let's assume that the severity is 7 or 8. When we talk about occurrence, let's say it is 6 or 7, and when we talk about detection, let's say it is moderate, 5 or 6. So if you see the combination of 3, then you will find that it is showing the action priority is high. So based on that, organization need to decide what action they need to take. And if I talk about little bit more with respect to step number 1, here they want to make sure that whenever we are going for FMEA preparation, then we should do it with a effective planning, and they are talking about 5T. And these 5T are intent, timing, team, task and tool. So if I do a summary with respect to what all I have shared with you so far, I talked about first is the key difference between the older version and the new version with respect to the color of the book, red color, blue book, and now this red and color both book. Then this new thing is with respect to the 7 steps. Then there is a change in the severity, occurrence and detection table. Action priority has come instead of risk priority number. The formats have changed. There is a new supplemental FMEA which is related to design FMEA called MSR. Then earlier in the structure analysis and function analysis, there was only one particular word, that was function, process or item. Now they have changed into 3 different parts, and there are so many other changes which are there. My next video will again be in sequence to this FMEA series, and there I'm going to talk about FMEA MSR. What is this monitoring and service response? What exactly it is and how it is linking with the process and the design FMEA which we are generally used to listen about it. Well, regularly I'm getting a lot of feedbacks from your side, and they are helping me to understand your expectation. So please do continue that. And in case you want to understand about this video a little bit more in detail, if you see there, you will find a link, and if you click that link, you will find a blog there, and there you find this particular information in much more detail. And in case you are liking these kind of videos and blogs, you can always share with your friends and colleagues, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website bhavyamangala.com. Thank you.